The woman says the tracking information shows the remains arrived from the country where her mother died on June 9th.
But now the United States Postal Service cannot find the package that contains her mother's ashes and her urn.
Fox 5's Eric Perry has been digging into this outrageous story, trying to get answers. Eric, you can't imagine how upsetting this must be for this woman.
Yeah, she was fighting back tears. Tom, Courtney, hello to both of you. I want to walk you through the Carrollton woman's parents. They lived in Germany when the mom died. She was cremated and the family agreed to have her sent here. All right, let's show you everywhere she's traveled since being here in the United States, being processed in Florida, Miami, Florida here, going to a different part of Florida. That was June 11th. June 11th also, she went to North Carolina. June 12th, the next day here in Atlanta, then going to Cartersville. That's the closest to Carrollton she has gotten. Nashville, back to Miami, back to Atlanta, back to Nashville, Indianapolis. Then June 11th, it says in transit to the next facility, but where that next facility is, no one knows.
That is completely 100% on the United States Postal Service.
Petra McDermott will not rest until she has her mother's remains. Her parents live in Germany, and her mom unfortunately died in May. She was cremated, and the family decided to send the remains to Petra, who lives in Carrollton.
I had no choice but have my mother's ashes sent by mail. I couldn't go over to Germany and just pick them up and bring them in an airplane.
They were sent from Germany by DHL, then passing into the care of USPS.
My mother was somewhere in Indiana and nobody knew. It shows in transit. The package shows in transit.
Take a look at the tracking information. Originally arriving in Florida, heading to several states, getting close with the stop in Cartersville before taking off again.
This is my mom. It's not an item from Amazon or a t-shirt. It's disrespectful of the Postal Service to treat human remains like that.
Petra reached out to several people with USPS, one postal employee at a facility, sending her these labels showing the package. Although this email from someone out of D.C. says the package label was hard to read, Petra wants to know if that was the case, then why not correct it and send it to the correct place?
Imagine your mother being in a package, taking the grand tour of the United States instead of being with you where she belongs. Show some compassion. And I'm just afraid that the box with my mom's remains is lost forever. And I will not receive that.
All right, some additional points there. USPS is the only authorized carrier for shipping cremated remains, so she really didn't have another choice. She also says she hasn't been able to tell her father about any of the missing remains there. They agreed to send her to the Petra because when her dad dies over in Germany, he will be cremated and also sent to the daughter, so be reunited with his wife there. Of course, we did reach out to Postal Service representatives within the last 15-20 minutes there. They told me that they are looking into this case, and then around 3:30, Petra got an email from someone in D.C. saying the urn has still not been located, and that search continues.
Well, it's outrageous, but not surprising, given all we've heard from our own Senator Jon Ossoff grilling the head of the USPS on lost letters, lost mail, and now, sadly, lost human remains.
Lost human remains, and she just wants peace, especially everything that's happening with her father. She just wants answers. So, of course, what I'll do now is reach out to Senator Ossoff's office, and I'll have an update for you at 6.
It'll be interesting to hear if his office has something to say about this, as I'm sure they've heard from so many constituents about the issues with the Postal Service.
Post office, and just when you think it's getting better, something like this happens and seems to not.
They can step in and do something.
Yeah, this one is especially gut-wrenching, as I can imagine.
So we're holding out hope. The goal is to find her.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.